What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the fam. Now today, bro, recommended video by you guys called People Who Snapped and Killed Apex Predators Barehanded by a Talking Hat. Shout out to Talking Hat. Make sure you guys go subscribe if you guys like this type of content. Now, this is a very intriguing title. People Who Snapped and Killed Apex Predators. Now, we watched a video before where it was just this one guy that was just taking out all these crazy predators. So I wonder if that guy is going to be in this type of video or this is just going to be other random people. So without further ado, Mr. Grab your popcorn. Let's see.
The Granny Incident.
Granny is
on a farm in rural Russia, 2012. A Russian grandma heard loud crying and whimpers outside.
A Russian grandma? I ain't gonna lie. I believe any story at this point. I believe any story, bro. Russia's built different.
Grandma heard loud crying and whimpers outside of her home. Confused, she quickly ran outside to see what was going on. There, she was met with the grisly scene of a Eurasian wolf covered in blood while eating one of the grandma's baby cows.
Oh my
These
gosh.
wolves aren't like normal ones due to the Bergman's rule. This rule states that animals in colder regions evolve larger body sizes to stay warm. A male Eurasian wolf weighs anywhere from 150 to 170 pounds.
God damn!
With that being said, any normal person would probably just lock themselves in their house and call police officers or something.
Yeah, you think so? Because that's like kind of an average human weight, I would say. That's pretty healthy, or, you know, any type of short person or whatever. 170 pounds? Bro, that's borderline 200. Like, if he eats a little more, gains a little more weight than he's supposed to, he's a 200-pound beast right there.
Police officers or something.
Holy.
But the grandma was unfazed. Her people have survived Soviet winters, food shortages, and probably World War II.
Yeah, that's why I said the Russians built different.
Was just another Tuesday. While the wild animal was trying to tear the calf apart, the grandma began roaring at it in an attempt to scare it off.
Oh,
but unbeknownst
shit.
to her, the wolf had rabies and was manic. So instead of running away, the beast lunged at the grandma, going straight for her throat.
Oh my gosh.
She immediately punched the animal in the snout, causing it to bite onto her left hand instead. She tried to open up the wolf's mouth so that she could shove her hand down its throat.
What?
That probably sounds like a random thing to do in this situation, but hunters and herders sometimes use this tactic because apparently larger animals have really bad gag reflexes.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I was about to say that seems like a very strategic thing to do. Like purposely opening the mouth so you can put your fist in there. You have to know that was gonna benefit you in some way because yeah, any just normal person that probably doesn't know about that, that's the last thing we're probably doing. I would get my fucking whole hand bit off, but in this case, yeah, that might be the best thing to do because they get then they can't, you know, keep biting you, and then they're probably just gonna get scared. Like, what the fuck? What you just do to me, bro? I don't want nothing down my throat. So,
unfortunately,
yeah, might work.
However, the wolf's jaws were locked tight.
Oh,
damn! To get them open because it began thrashing her hand around.
See, that's the risk you take, bro. Because once they lock on to you, that could be it. Especially just for that arm in general. That's it.
So instead, she switched gears to her backup plan: punching. She kept on punching and punching, punching the wolf until it decided to go tear away at her legs.
Oh my gosh!
She's 56 years old and fighting a wolf. So when the wolf began dragging her by the legs, that's when she realized she needed a weapon, and luckily for her, her trusty axe was nearby.
Oh, she was able to have
busy munching on her feet, the grandma raised her axe high above her shoulders and split the wolf's head in two.
Damn!
Then she did it again, then she did it one more time for good measure.
Oh my gosh.
To the hospital where remarkably her injuries weren't too severe.
That's actually insane, but this was low-key just luck, man. It was luck, but she has amazing survival skills. I mean, for her to even try the mouth thing, you know, she was trying it, didn't really work. Then she tried something else and was just literally just fighting for her life. And then thank God there was a weapon right there. And for her to, you know, see that, be aware, grab it and still execute that way. I mean, shit, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
For a wolf and watching this video, then my advice to you is don't try to eat Russian grandmas. They're not prey.
Oh, yeah.
They're more like Elden Ring bosses. Also, to add to that, don't try to eat these next types of people either. The dad incident.
Yo, that was a W grandma right there. That's aura. I mean, she got aura for life. Grandmas typically have the most aura though, chat. If you think about it. Just naturally, they just got aura. But this, the Russian grandma, she beat a whole beast by herself, chopped the head in half. She's definitely Elden Ring boss for sure.
The dad incident.
The dad
in
incident.
2021, a father in Karnataka, India, was riding back home on his motorcycle in a forest. As is common in certain regions of India and other countries, the father was riding with his wife on the back of his bike while she carried their... It was nearing nighttime, and after the family finished their work for the day, they were headed back to their village to relax. Their fatigued eyes squinted hard through the rural road they were on together. They tiredly blinked at it again and again until they noticed the motorcycle got heavier. The man's wife looked down at the she was carrying, and in the blink of an eye, she realized that there was now a full-grown leopard biting down on her kid's leg.
What the fuck? Bro, how did that just come out of nowhere though? Like, you just barely looked down and noticed your kid was getting bit? Like, that seems so crazy. Was the leopard really that stealth?
A full-grown leopard biting down on her kid's
Oh,
leg.
hell no.
A 160-pound wildcat was latched onto the and trying to run off into the forest,
Oh.
all while on a motorcycle. The mother screamed and pulled back her from the grip of the leopard's teeth, provoking the
I mean, that's amazing that she was able to pull it back from that grip, bro.
beast in the process. It quickly pounced and swiped at her in retaliation,
shit.
prompting the man to increase the speed on his bike so that they could outpace the cat. But unfortunately, his motorcycle wasn't fast enough.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I was about to say, that motorcycle was not gonna be fast enough for these leopards, my nigga. Yeah, you just gotta fight at this point, like,
Animal,
hope you have a
because it
weapon or
quickly
something.
bit onto the leg of his kid again.
Oh my
Out of pure
gosh.
instinct, while still riding the motorcycle, the father began elbowing the leopard to get it off their child.
God
The cat
damn.
swiped up at him, causing him to crash the vehicle. However, before the leopard could run away with the child, the father grabbed the animal by its throat.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. The motherfucker try to grab a child or something, if I had one or whatever, yeah, it's gonna unlock a different version of me, bro. You think you a beast? You haven't seen this shit, my nigga. Like, yo, I'm about to choke the shit out of you, punch the shit out of you. I don't care if I get hurt, you scratch me, whatever. The adrenaline's gonna be pumping, my boy. Like, just imagine the shit you would probably do. You know what I'm saying, for a kid, Chad. Like, if you had a kid, or whatever. Like, what would you do in this situation? I mean, you just gotta go full gung ho in this nigga. Like, throw everything you got.
Yeah. And while it quickly let go of his kid, the two of them fell into a wrestling match. Leopards
Damn.
are exceptionally lethal predators, with the ability to vertically jump 10 feet into the
Oh
air
my
and
gosh.
casually drag 200 pounds up into trees with them. There are even videos of leopards plummeting from 300 feet, shaking it off, and continuing to hunt their prey. And here,
Yeah, their mobility and agility is unmatched, bro. So trying to wrestle with this motherfucker, trying to do anything where you trying to outmobile it is gonna be close to impossible.
this 30-something-year-old man was wrestling one with his hands gripped tightly around its throat.
God damn.
The leopard thrashed him around.
That probably is one of the best situations you could possibly be in, though. Like having it in a choke instead of like trying to fight it straight up where it's on his fours and stuff. This would probably be your best shot at doing something.
The leopard thrashed him around. Its claws tore into his arms, chest,
Damn.
and split his face.
Oh my
But
gosh.
still, he didn't let go because
Yeah, you
he
can't
knew
let
if he
go.
did, it'd slaughter his family.
Not at that
So
point.
he did something absolutely insane. Mid-wrestle match, he positioned the leopard into a chokehold with both of his arms.
Oh
These cats
shit.
have necks that are thick with muscle designed to support their ability to carry heavy prey up trees. So, honestly, for a human, trying to strangle this wildcat
Yeah.
is pretty much like trying to choke out a tree trunk. Neighbors in nearby
God
villages
damn.
finally heard the commotion from the attack and quickly ran in the direction of the screaming family. But when they arrived, it seemed that they were already late to the party because what they witnessed had everybody in pure disbelief.
What
They
happened?
saw a man sitting on the floor, covered in blood, and in front of him laid a motionless leopard.
Oh
Everybody
my
was taken to the
gosh.
hospital for their injuries, and the only casualty of the event was the leopard.
Wow. So he really took it out, dude? Oh my gosh, I want the details of that shit though. Like, did he actually get it to choke the fuck out? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, we don't know how big this man is, his muscles or whatever. But either way, that's just pure strength. That's just pure persistence. He was not gonna let go of that bitch, and he ended up killing it, and everybody was safe. Damn.
Leopard.
Hey, that you get a different level of strength and everything once that adrenaline pumps through your body, man. Like your body is way more capable than you can ever imagine when you're in the fight or flight situations. It's either you fight or you die.
The Florida man incident.
It's different.
Everything was normal for a Floridian family on a sunny beach day on July 6th, 2001, Pensacola. A 30-year-old uncle laid back peacefully on his beach towel, tanning in the sun while everyone had fun around him. He sat up to look around and take in the moment. He saw volleyballs being thrown, sandcastles being built, and his 8-year-old nephew getting torn apart by a bull shark in the water. Then he laid back down and relaxed, because life was good. Yeah.
Even with the bull shark?
Upon realizing what he just saw, the man immediately leapt up from the
I was about to say, like, you just go lay down after that shit? Then you realize, oh wait, he's getting absolutely mauled right now. I should probably go save him.
Towel and began sprinting full speed towards the water. People began screaming shark and started running away from the waters, but the uncle was still sprinting towards the bull shark that was actively swimming away with his nephew in its mouth.
Shit.
Bull sharks
I mean, that's all you can do.
If not, the most aggressive shark species on the planet.
Oh my gosh.
They weigh anywhere from 200 to 700 pounds.
They must have been really close to the shore if this was the case.
They often hunt in shallow waters and are believed to have the most testosterone of any animal on the entire planet.
Damn.
So what do you think this Florida man did when he finally spotted the bull shark in the water? Well, he leapt on top of it. Yeah. After taking a good look at the 7-foot, 400-pound beast, he jumped on it inside of the water and
God
punching it in
damn.
the face to rescue his nephew. Fortunately for both of them, the shark actually let go of the boy.
Oh my
However,
gosh.
it bit off his arm and started swimming off with it in its mouth. Now, what do you suppose?
Yeah, but that's the best case scenario that could possibly happen because it could have been his head that he ate. You know what I'm saying? But thank God it was just a limb, even though that sucks. But damn, it's better that than just not being alive, dude.
Now, what do you suppose the
And that uncle, he definitely got aura. Motherfucker jumped on top of a bull shark and started punching that bitch, bro. Like it was just another human. Nah, 7-foot beast, one of the highest testosterone animals ever. You just jumped at me. I'm telling you, when it comes to the kids and stuff, nephews, anything, any little sibling, cousins, all that shit, bro, it unlocks a different side of you, bro, when it's life or death situations.
Florida man did at this point? He jumped back into action and began wrestling the bull shark underwater for his son.
What? What? Oh hell no! That's not real. No way this motherfucker went back for more smoke after he saved his nephew. Oh shit! Nah, this nigga's different. No, he's actually different.
He jumped back into action and began wrestling the bull shark underwater for his son.
What?
The shark and the man fell into a tug-of-war match where the shark tried swimming off into deeper waters and the uncle tried desperately to pull it back onto shore. The man tugged,
No, that's
twisted,
insane.
and pulled. The shark was trying to get away, but he didn't let go. I don't know how, but the psychopath literally pulled the shark back onto the beach, then pried its jaws open with his bare hands and ripped his nephew's severed arm out of its mouth.
That's what he went back for. Nah. This is like a fucking movie, bro. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. This motherfucker wanted smoke so bad. He wanted his get back so bad. He's like, nope, you ain't swimming away with my nephew arm, nigga. Hell nah, bro. You already took it. You already put him in pain. Now I'm gonna put you in pain. I'm gonna take you out this water and I'm gonna dig in your mouth. And I'll pull that arm out. That shit belongs to me. Shit belongs to my nephew, bro. Oh nah. Nah, this nigga's different, bro. Nah, that's a different type of aura. Like there's no one out auraing this, bro.
The arm was still intact.
Nah.
A local fisherman on a boat nearby noticed the commotion happening on the beach. He pulled out his rifle and took aim, and in one click, the shark's mad frenzy ended. Vance Cosenzia wrestled a bull shark and was able to give paramedics his nephew's arm to be reattached in surgery. I can't say I expected less from the Florida man, but honestly, he wins Uncle of the Year.
Yeah, Florida's different. I'll say that too. Florida, one of those places, they just, I mean, shit happens there that you don't even fucking understand why it happens, bro. Whether it's weather things, animal things, you know, shit like this. Nah, this uncle's different, bro. He literally got that arm off just so, you know, he could, his nephew could have a chance of reattaching it through surgery and shit. Holy, if I was that kid, bro, I'd be thanking my uncle for the rest of my life, bro. Like, yo, uncle, I owe you everything, dude. If you ever make it in life, you better get back to your uncle, dude.
The year. The Uno reverse incident. In 2024, a 35-year-old railway worker in India was just trying to get some sleep after a long shift. It was the middle of the night, and he was passed out on his bed when he felt something crawling up his leg. He woke up and saw a snake.
Oh, hell no.
Any snake. An extraordinarily...
Yo, that's like, oh my gosh, that's a freaking nightmare right there, bro. That's a nightmare. Just waking up to a snake on your leg, just staring you dead in the eye. Oh, hell no, bro.
But not just any snake. An extraordinarily venomous one that was assumed to be a crate or a cobra. Some of the deadliest reptiles on the planet. So
not only you get waken up by a snake, a poisonous snake on top of that. Your best chance, you just got to grab that motherfucking neck. Like, grab that neck, you know, don't let it have access to your arm or something and just try to choke that motherfucker out, boy. or just grab it, hold on to it as much as you can, go to the kitchen or something, just start chopping that bitch. I don't know, bro.
He stared at the snake. It stared back. He continued staring, and so did the snake.
God damn.
And then it bit him.
Oh.
Most people would have panicked, called for help, or maybe tried driving toward a nearby hospital.
Oh.
But this guy just had to be different. Something inside him snapped, and before the snake could slither away, he grabbed the animal with his bare hands.
Damn.
And, he bit it.
Oh.
Multiple times. He chomped down twice on a reptile that is venomous enough to end the lives of 20 humans with a single bite. It tried wriggling out of his teeth, but he munched on it like it was a piece of jerky, effectively.
God damn. Yo, and it's so crazy too, chat, because this makes sense on how it can kill the snake. We don't really think about it, chat, but our bite force is so crazy strong. Like, we actually really bite down. Like, if I were to bite down on one of my fingers and shit and actually go without like my body sending messages to just stop, please stop. Like, if I just went down and didn't feel nothing, you could literally tear through your fucking finger. I'm serious. Like, that's how strong our bite force is. And yeah, it's over for the snake after that. I mean, this nigga's that crazy to do that. It's over. R.I.P. Snakey.
Crushing it. Later on, the man was rushed to the hospital and given an antivenom so that he could recover from the bite.
Damn.
He later on told reporters that in some parts of India, there's a superstition that biting a snake transfers the venom back to the animal so that it'll pass away instead of you. So, who knows?
I don't know if that's true, but I mean, that seems like you would be biting into his body, which has the venom in it somewhere, and then you just get poisoned even more. I don't know, but I don't know the science behind that.
Maybe the superstition actually worked, or maybe he just needed an excuse for his revenge.
Yeah, definitely that.
Please, just 69-year-old Alaskan hunter, and on November 1st, 1999, he was out in the wilderness doing what he'd done for decades. Hunting. He knew the woods, and more importantly, he knew how to handle himself. Him and 3 other hunters set out to catch a black-tailed deer, but due to the windy weather, it was extraordinarily hard to sneak up on one.
Dang, that
so they
motherfucker
split up into
fast.
groups of 2.
Yo,
Later
deers are
on,
fast.
After hunting for what felt like hours, the man and his partner became frustrated because they still hadn't caught the deer. So he came up with a plan. He told his partner to split up with him and said, "If I let out a shot, you come to my noise. But if you let out a shot, then I'll come to your noise."
Okay.
His partner nodded in agreement.
Okay.
But the only issue is that his partner was also wearing a heavy-duty hat with thick ear flaps that muffled the sound of pretty much everything outside.
Oh,
the man split up from his
shit.
teammate, and within just a bit, he found the deer they were trying to hunt all day. He took
Not
aim,
even gonna hear.
marking a successful hunt for him and his crew. He waited for his partner to come, but it didn't happen. He began hooting like an owl a few times to draw attention, but his partner still didn't.
He's not gonna hear, bro.
The man rolled his eyes in annoyance, took off his rifle, and put it beside a tree. He then decided to butcher the deer meat by himself. And after cutting away at it for a while, the man heard a twig snap behind him.
Oh, hell no. That's like the last thing you want to hear when you're just alone in the woods and shit, bro. Just a little twig that something's there. You hear something in the bushes, bro. That's the last thing you want to hear, because most likely that means something's like creeping up on you. You know, if it's scared of you, something it sees you, it's just gonna run away. You hear it go the opposite direction, but nah, you hear something creak. You hear something kind of like moving. It sounds like it's getting closer. Yeah, you're cooked. There's some type of predator behind whatever it is.
Feeling relieved that his partners finally showed up, he turned around to greet his crew. A brown bear stands at about 10 feet tall, weighs
hell
about
no.
1,000 pounds, and runs as fast as a car on a street. Unfortunately for this man, it wasn't his crew members that showed up, but instead the bear. The hunter froze when he saw it. The distance between the two of them,
and brown bears, those are the ones that's super dangerous, huh?
was about 30 feet away. And the distance between him and his rifle,
I ain't gonna lie though. I ain't gonna lie.
The distance between the two of them was about 30 feet away.
This bear needs a low-key hit leg day, man. Leg day and arm day. What are these skinny ass twig ass leg?
And the distance between him and his rifle was only 2 feet. But the bear let out a roar, and it charged at him so fast
that
it was
no.
impossible for him to even think about trying to grab that weapon. He only had one option available, his buck knife. He dropped his deer meat and quickly grabbed the blade from his pocket, and right as he pulled it out, the man-beast was already right in front of him. The hunter aimed to slash at the bear's open mouth, but he missed and accidentally sliced its face instead. Angering the bear, it crushed his arm with its teeth, tearing off his skin and exposing his bone. The hunter screamed in pain, and the full-grown bear pushed him down to the ground, pinning him into a death grip.
Yeah, bro, at that point, you're literally at his mercy. Like, once it gets a grip of you or it gets you on the floor or something, this fucking big-ass beast. Oh, hell no. There's literally no escaping this shit, bro. You just gotta hope, like I said, he had some type of knife. You just stick it in his throat or something. Like, damn, there's just really no way out of this.
While it twisted away at the hunter's arm, he quickly used his free hand to try to poke the bear's eye out with his thumb.
Oh my
But
gosh.
it began thrashing him around, causing him to miss continuously.
Damn.
The man switched gears and instead took his finger and jammed it deep into the bear's ear canal.
Oh.
The beast let go of him and recoiled in confusion and annoyance. It then let out another 100 to 120 decibel roar and charged.
Yo, that's loud as fuck. They be doing roars this loud? 120 decibels? What the heck? Equivalent to a chainsaw, thunderclap, rock concert, or a siren. Yo.
Decibel roar and charged.
Like, literally hearing this closely can rupture your eardrums on its own.
Decibel roar and charged at the hunter again. The man was still on his back, so he desperately kicked the bear square in the throat, making it stumble as he hopelessly scrambled back to his feet.
Damn, that was a good kick.
Covered in blood, with an arm that was completely mangled, and a bear that was charging at him again to finish him off for good.
Oh my gosh.
The man's mind raced, and his thoughts became a blurry panic. He was actually getting eaten alive by a bear, and he was running out of options for survival. Acting quickly, he fell onto his butt and stretched out his leg to use it as bait for the bear to bite onto and be distracted with. This would prove to be a terrible decision, because instead of just biting the lower end of his leg, it actually chomped down on his thigh, giving it complete control over his entire body.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was going to do. It's just going to grab onto it and drag it around wherever it wants at that point. Says, I mean, you're just vulnerable prey at that point. Like,
over his entire body.
To the bear.
The bear began to shake the man around like a rag
Oh
doll.
my gosh.
His body around and bashing his skull on the floor. Nearby
Damn.
Causing serious.
Yeah, serious brain damage already. Like, he had like 5 concussions. Oh, hell no.
Trees and rocks, causing serious damage. The hunter couldn't see a single thing. His ears
Wow.
got blocked from the extreme trauma he was suffering, and he was losing consciousness. Nonetheless, his adrenaline gave him enough energy to power through the bear's thrashing and to plow his buck knife countless times into the beast's thick, furry neck.
That's what I'm saying. It's literally amazing how in these type of situations, bro, like, people last a lot longer than you think. I mean, he's literally getting swung around, big arms already off and everything, and somehow he's still fighting the strength and the courage to fucking start stabbing that bitch as much as he possibly can, doing anything to survive, bro. Because yeah, once your body's in that mode, it's fight to survive, and that's it. That's your only choice, is to survive.
Furry neck.
Holy.
The bear dropped the man and backed away as it bled from its neck with his knife stuck in it.
God
The man
damn.
stood up on one foot with his body exposed, showing both muscle and bone, but he fell into a delirium and began screaming at the bear. Reports mentioned that he began desperately shouting something to the lines of "God is on my side" or "The Lord is with me." The bear
Shit, definitely
charged at him
is.
again, and with one good arm, he punched the bear square in the
Oh
snout
my
repeatedly,
gosh.
causing the disoriented animal to collapse on the ground.
Yo, nah, he's actually so him, bro. Taking on this big ass bear himself with one good arm, one leg, dude. And he's still going. Still have the freaking courage and the strength to just go at it one last time, punch him in that snout and make him go over, bro. That's all he needed. He just freaking stabbed him enough where he lost a lot of blood and everything. And now that was the last blow, I believe.
The hunter collapsed on the ground with the bear, then quickly scrambled to his feet to grab his rifle.
Oh, yeah.
Each time he stood up, he fell.
Oh, my
Finally,
gosh.
he got to his weapon. At this point, his vision was blurry, his eyes were covered in blood, his hearing was muffled, and he
Damn.
was on the brink
I'm
of
surprised
passing out.
he's still
He
alive,
stood over
bro.
the bear's body with his weapon, aimed it at the bear, and then tried to
Took him out.
However, nothing happened.
What?
Quickly looked at his rifle and realized the flesh hanging off of his body had jammed the gun. The bear
Oh
began
my
growling and
gosh.
slowly getting up again. He tirelessly pulled the flesh out, then aimed the weapon at the bear again. He was victorious.
Damn.
Then he immediately collapsed to the ground. The man could barely stand.
I mean, I'm surprised he was standing in the fucking first place, bro. Like, he should have been out, 10, 20 minutes ago or wherever we first started losing all that damn blood. I mean, if we're just going based off of science and how the body works and shit. But nah, that adrenaline carried him through way more than he should have. But now that it's done and everything, and he can finally start coming back to reality and really feeling shit, it's not going to be too good, man.
He dragged himself across the snowy forest until he reached the beach. Sticks and branches tore at his already mangled body as he crawled. Each time he was about to lose consciousness from the sheer amount of pain he was in, he'd quickly grab a chunk of ice-cold snow and shove it into his mouth to shock him back awake.
Oh, wow.
When he made it to the snowy beach, he finally saw his team. Horrified with what they saw, they ran to the man's disfigured body to help him out.
Jesus
Drenched in
Christ.
blood.
Where the fuck were you? Like, was he that far away from them? They didn't hear all the roaring and his screaming and all that shit? Like, they were that far?
The only thing the man said before passing out is please.
Just shooting.
This is the story of Gene Moe, an Alaskan huntsman.
Wow.
After receiving multiple skin grafts and about 1,000 stitches, he survived and made a full recovery from the
God damn.
And despite the trauma, Gene kept on hunting well into his 70s.
Oh, wow. So this is him like after the incident? Hey, he looks unfazed, man.
Credited his survival to God, and he would go on to live a full life.
Yeah, that was definitely all God right there. That is definitely God.
2024, where he passed away peacefully at 93. The wilderness is extraordinarily dangerous, but honestly, the moral of today's story is don't mess with Russian grandmas, don't mess with Florida men, and especially don't mess with any Alaskan Christian dudes that have a bear hanging up on their wall.
Oh yeah,
now,
for sure.
Go and have a happy day.
Yep. Dang, that's insane, bro. All these people, they have immaculate amounts of aura. Just taking out these fucking beasts with bare hands. Especially this last guy probably went through the most in terms of like pain, contusions, like fucking brain damage, all this shit, and still pushed through to somehow take this beast out all by himself. Like no help, no really luck involved in this. It was just straight grit, bro, the whole entire time. Yeah, that's insane, bro. All right, let me know which one was like the most craziest to you guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.